Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Lone Wolf, the Magnikai series, Jungle of Horrors. And with me is Karzie.
Hello.
And last time we made it into the Jungle of Horrors, and we've now emerged and found the temple made of colonium. But it's in the distance, and there's some random number stuff that we have to do right now. It's hidden in swamp mist. So let's pick the number, figure out how we're gonna get there. Around a pool of slimy water are gathered a group of vine coils, hollow and funnel shaped like gigantic rusty springs. They support a huge spider's web. There's no sign of the web's maker, although judging by the size of the rope-like strands, it must be a creature of enormous size. Like Shelob in Lord of the Rings. You give the pool a wide berth before finding your way back to where the Star Guider's signal is strongest. A creeping bank of mist rolls across the path, and the maker of the web looms out of it. Paido stifles a cry as this hairy abomination scuttles toward you, its venomous maw poised to bite. Oh my god, that is the stuff of nightmares.
Yes, that is. Look at the different sized eyes, too.
Yeah, that's just really weird. Normally, spiders have all the exact same size eyes.
And they're not, like, bulging out like sacks. Like, that looks like it's bulging out.
Yeah. If you wish to stand and fight this creature, turn to 5. If you wish to try to evade it, 260.
What do you think?
Probably the smart thing is to evade. You should really evade every fight.
It is the stuff of nightmares, so I don't blame you for wanting to evade that. That's a lot.
You turn and run. Sorry, it's you.
No, it's blurry.
You turn and run through cloying, ankle-deep mud that saps the strength in your legs. The gigantic spider scuttles closer, lowering its yellow head, ready to scoop you into its maw. If you are to escape this creature, you must do something to distract or delay it. If you have a meal in your backpack, turn to 34. If you have the Magnikai Discipline of Psy Surge, 250. If you don't have a meal, nor the Magnikai Discipline of Psy Surge, you must stand and fight the creature. We can use a meal in our backpack.
We'll just feed the spider instead.
Yeah.
Son, I'll take care of him. Faster, son! He's got a taste for meat now!
No, why not? As you run, you pull some food from your pack and drop it behind you into the mud. The temptation proves too much for the ravenous spider, and it stops to gobble up the scraps. You escape into the mist. Yes, a spider will definitely eat bread instead of, live creatures that it is used to, the whole point of the webs. The webs aren't there to catch bread. The webs are there to catch creatures. We are a creature.
I don't know about you, but I'm imagining like a TV dinner.
What, like it's just sat on a couch, with a knife and fork. Like, yeah.
It's just eating a hungry man.
Just peels back the foil, just chomps some dude. After your encounter with the Tarn spider, you are both in need of a rest. You stop to recover your strength. You must eat a meal or lose 3 endurance points. So lucky for us, we got Hunt Mastery.
Yeah.
I mean, if we throw an hour lunch to the fucking thing, we'll be starving. Paido is optimistic that you will reach the temple by sundown if you can avoid encountering any more of the Danag's hostile inhabitants.
Oh.
It is late afternoon when you see the temple of Orido rising majestically out of the swamp mists and tangled vegetation. The sight of this towering ziggurat is so breathtaking that you are both stunned into silence as you feast your eyes on its untarnished splendor. Tier upon tier of gleaming white stone, shaped and formed into perfect symmetry, front you. Huge foundation slabs support a level carved of golden rock, inlaid and decorated with gemstones. Above that sit strata of precious metals, and then levels made up of crystal slabs, whose facets refract the colours of the rainbow. Upward climb Upward climb tiers of ruby, sapphire, and emerald that offer up a wedge-shaped spire of pure colonium crystal into the sky. At its base, the swamp has shrunk back as if repelled by the radiant goodness of the temple. A perimeter of lush grass leads to a staircase of solid amber. You follow Paido as he ascends towards a pair of huge triangular doors set into the second level. Everywhere the glitter of gemstones and the gleam of precious metals radiate a purity unspoiled by the Danag. Paido completes the complex procedures that open the great doors, taught to him by the Elder Magi in preparation for this mission. They part, and you enter, stepping on a floor of glistening gold, a floor that has lain undisturbed for 7,000 years.
And yet it looks that nice?
Apparently.
Wow.
The great doors close with a whisper. You follow Paido along a corridor of gleaming silvery metal that dazzles your eyes to a hall carved from solid crystals. Icicles of diamond hang from its ceiling and reflect in a floor set with mosaics of 1,000 shimmering squares. Approach the crystal die, Lone Wolf, instructs Paido, pointing to a radiant circular plateau of pure quartz. But even as his words leave his lips, you're already walking towards the plinth, drawn by a strange compulsion. You mount the die, and a flood of golden light pours down from above, bathing you in its warm, cleansing rays. You raise your cupped hands, as if offering up an invisible gift, and a tingling sensation runs the length of your arms and spreads through your body, giving you an incredible sense of well-being. A ball of sparkling light is taking shape in your hands, condenses into a radiant crystal filled with golden fire. It's the Lorestone of Arido. Restore your current endurance score to its original level and turn to 239.
Uh-oh, gotta heal. That means the boss fight's gotta be coming up.
Yep. The light fades, and you step down from the die, your senses aglow with newfound wisdom and strength. Having witnessed the fulfillment of your quest, Paido beams with joy as you return to his side. He congratulates you and bids you follow as he turns toward an archway of silver set into the crystal walls of the chamber. Come, Lone Wolf. We have a long journey ahead of us. We must leave without delay. The thought of returning to the dangers of the Danag fills you with dread. Paido senses your anxiety. Don't look so dismayed, he says, still smiling. This temple will provide the means for our safe return. We'll see. Intrigued by his answer, you follow in silence as he leads you through the archway and up a long flight of marble stairs to another chamber, also constructed of crystal, but veined with a marble that glistens like liquid fire. It is solid colonium. At the center of the chamber, its hull resting on a cradle of steel, it is a Levitron, an ancient skyship. Like everything else that you've seen in this wondrous temple, the craft is untarnished by time. Paido ushers you aboard and prepares to power the craft. A shudder runs through the hull, as the engines rise in pitch, and slowly it lifts from its bed of steel. The chamber is built in the spire of the temple, and the roof now slides open to allow the Levitron to rise into the darkening sky above the Danag. Paido sets the controls and sets the ship's starguider on a course for Elzian. Then he joins you at the bow rail for one last look at the Temple of Arido. It glows red in the light of the setting sun, but the shimmering glow is blemished by shadows that swoop back and forth across its tiers. You assume it's just a trick of the twilight, until your ears are filled with a sudden and terrifying shriek.
So let me get this straight. This temple has been here for thousands and thousands of years, and ever since then they've had the technology to fly.
Apparently. Seems like we've got an engine.
Okay. Okay. I guess that's our life now. We're now sky pirates.
Yeah. You look up to see a squadron of black-winged Kraan swooping down on the Levitron. On the backs of these leathery creatures ride red-robed Vordaks, hideous servants of the Dark Lords of Helgadad. I knew they were coming back. In their skeletal hands, they wield staves of black iron which crackle with blue fire. As a Kraan screams past, a stream of liquid blue flame pours from its rider's staff. If you possess the Summer Sword, 287. If you don't possess the special item, 13.
Orbit attack. Oh, no, we actually have to fight.
The sun's gone down as well.
Oh.
You deflect the stream of liquid fire with the edge of your golden blade, sending it raining down into the Donag. 2 more Kraan swoop in, hover above the prow. Their riders leap onto the deck and begin attacking part of the superstructure. Stop them! Screams Paido, drawing his sword. Stop them, or we're doomed! You leap from the bow and run across the main deck, your sun sword raised to strike. You must fight these creatures, but one at a time. They are immune to Mind Blast, but not Psy Surge. Unless you possess the Magnified discipline of Psy Screen, reduce your combat skill by 2 points for the duration of the combat. These creatures are undead. Remember to double the all endurance point losses they sustain due to the power of the Summer Sword.
So this will be like, what, 2 one-shots?
Yeah, be a 2-hit KO. At least in theory. Yep, that's 1 kill.
Dead!
Double kill. With times 2 on the K. And the second one, yep. Exactly the same. Double kill.
Dead!
Double kill.
Double kill.
Suddenly, more shrieking Vordaks crash down on the deck. Paido is immediately engulfed by the red robed figures. He's outnumbered, but he fights with a tiger-like tenacity, his blue-bladed sword tearing deep into their loathsome bodies. But lucky him, he's got an undead weapon. You're running back across the main deck when a new danger confronts you. A Kraan sweeps low across the skyship, dropping a cluster of black crystal cubes that scatter across the deck. If you have the Mankai discipline of Divination, 319. If you have the discipline of Psy Surge and have reached the Kai rank of Primate, 25. If you possess neither of the skills, 243. Ah crap, no defensive ability, we're gonna get hit.
We just got bombed.
Oh, Paido. Paido shouts for help. The Vordaks have forced him back to the rail, and he is in danger of falling overboard. If you wish to go to his aid, 169. If first you wish to gather the black crystal cubes and throw them overboard, 750. Okay, I'm pretty sure those are bombs, so if they go off, we're all dead. So as much as we need to go help him, the black crystal cubes take precedence.
Oh, sorry, Paido. We expected you to die long ago anyways.
Frantically, you scramble across the deck, collecting and hurling away the cubes as you go. Each cube is vibrating with an energy that is set to rip it apart, and as you cast the last one over the side, you see the others, many of them exploding with dull booms in the swamp far below. Paido screams for help. A swooping Kraan rider has cast a large net, smothering his body. The net is sewn with hundreds of tiny barbed hooks, which have worked their way into his skin and clothes, and he can't free himself without the hooks inflicting fearful wounds. Only one Vordak remains to confront him, all the others having perished on his blade, but he is now unable to defend himself against this creature. He is at the mercy of a merciless foe. You scramble to your feet and rush to save him as the Vordak creeps closer. Suddenly, the Kraan rider reappears, gliding low across the deck before hovering over the bow. A length of thin black rope dangles from its saddle, and hurriedly the Vordak threads it through the corners of the net. You race up the steps shouting, For Summerland! and launch your attack. The Vordak turns to face you, its skeletal features frozen in a mask of terror. An instant later, your weapon shears its bony neck, sends its skull-like head spinning down into the Donag. A ghastly cry pierces your ears, but it is not the shriek of pain or despair. It's a malicious caw of triumph. The Kraan beats its massive wings, and the downdraft forces you to your knees as the creature climbs higher into the darkening sky. You stare aghast as the rope closes the net around Paido and lifts him off the deck. Instinctively, you leap upwards, your hands outstretched to grab the barbed net, but it's too late. The Kraan turns in the midair and flies off to the north with Paido, wounded and helpless, swinging like a netted fish below its leathery black belly. Oh, damn, they got him.
Oh no. Paido!
Anger and frustration well up inside you as helplessly you watch the Kraan and your captured companion disappear beyond the horizon. Gradually, your anger gives way to sadness as you ponder his fate and wonder if he'll ever survive his cruel abduction. You pray for his safety, calling on the spirits of your ancestors to watch over and protect him, and, as if in answer to your prayer, you feel a sudden calm engulf your senses. The power of the Lorestone, transfused into your being the instant it appeared in your hands, has greatly increased your intellect and awareness. With confidence, you know that Paido will survive his ordeal, and that one day you will meet and fight again side by side.
Aww.
The return to Voyage to Desi is a swift but lonely journey. The Starguider ensures that the Levitron stays on course for Elzian, and as you cross the canal which encircles the city, a pilot skyship arrives to escort you down. During the voyage, you've discovered how to control the Levitron, and now, as slowly as you approach the landing platform at the Tower of Truth, you disengage the Starguider and make a faultless landing. Lord Rimowa and the High Council have gathered to greet your return, and upon hearing your successful quest, and their hopes for the future are renewed in spite of the sad news of Lord Paido's capture by agents of the Dark Lords. The High Council listens avidly as you recall your treacherous journey through Telestria, the perilous trek across the Danag, and the wondrous discovery of their lost temple. When finally you have completed your account, they applaud and pay tribute to your courage and daring, their faces beaming with pride. But despite their joyous greeting, you sense that something is wrong. They seem distant, as if their minds were preoccupied with the solving of a difficult and perplexing problem. You ask Rimowa if all is well, and he replies, "You have grown in perception, Lone Wolf. Many things have occurred since we last spoke, and although the quest for the Lorestone of Paido has succeeded, the peril of our age has grown ever more deadly. The Dark Lords now wage open war throughout Magnamund, and many lands have fallen before their Giak legions. Telestria has been overrun. So too have the Stormland nations. Summerland stands firm against the armies of the Dark Lord Narg, but she has lost the southern province of Roanon. The shocking news fills you with an urge to return to your homeland, yet to do so would defeat the Magnakai quest. Lord Rimowa bids you to follow him through the chamber of the High Council. Set into the floor is a circular well, brimming with a silvery liquid metal. Rimowa kneels and touches the surface, and slowly a vision takes form within the shimmering depths of the pool. It is a fortified city surrounded by rolling hills. You look upon the city of Tahau. You look upon the city of Tahau in the land of Anari, says Rimowa, his voice now solemn and composed. The Lorestone you must next find lies deep below its streets, in an ancient city that was built during the dawn of Magnamund. The vision of Tahau heralds the start of a new and perilous episode in your quest for the Magnakai. If you possess the bravery and courage of a true Kai Master, the challenge of Tahau awaits you in Book 9 of the Lone Wolf series entitled Cauldron of Fear.
If you possess the courage of a true Kai Master, buy our next book.
We'll see you at the counter with a fistful of money.
Yeah, we're rich! And we don't have to split it with Paido. Poor Paido. I thought he was gonna be like the first companion to survive too.
I mean, technically he is still alive. Probably have to rescue him.
You think they're gonna alter him, change him into an enemy?
I'm pretty, but I guess they're probably just gonna.
No, poor Paido.
So what are your thoughts
We'll
on that book?
save you, Paido. Lot of good fights. I quite enjoyed it. It was a trek through the swamp that used to be a jungle. I was gonna give it shit that we didn't go through a jungle or anything, but it mentioned that it used to be a jungle, so we kind of did go through a jungle, but it's not a jungle anymore.
More of a swamp.
Yeah.
But Speaking of fights, like the fights were good, but very spaced out. And
There
at the
wasn't
beginning,
like
though-
a big boss fight either.
Yeah. I mean, the two Vordaks, mate. Like the.
Yeah, they each got one shot.
Maybe the spider gave it a meal. I mean,
Here's a hungry man.
maybe the spider. The picture of the spider. Apparently, regular. Was fine. So,
Don't eat me. Here's a sandwich.
I mean, spider likes the sandwiches. I'm gone.
Hey, I mean, maybe it's
maybe
evolved its taste as it's evolved its horrendous appearance.
I mean, there could have been bugs in that food. Maybe that's why it ate. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, we just gave it some of our rotten food. It's just like, ooh, maggots. This big ass creature eating tiny little things.
And one thing that really confused me is like, we spent all that time trying to get to the temple, and then we got to the temple. We literally just took 2 steps in there, grabbed the Lorestone, took a ship, and left. Like, we didn't explore anything else inside this temple.
And it was like covered in jewels and whatnot.
Yeah.
There might have been a special weapon there. There might have been another dagger.
And speaking of jewels, like, didn't we go into that one cabin and I picked up like a huge bag of silver? Like, I think 6 bags of silver. We've still got them on us. We're not doing anything with it. We're just lugging around all this silver.
We're rich. Oh, and that ring never came into play either.
Maybe it's got some kind of special ability. Didn't say anything though. 30 gold crowns on it. Grey crystal ring, yeah. Doesn't actually. Wasn't useful in that book, but we got it. Maybe useful in another book? I don't know.
We took a nice vacation. We got some jewelry.
I mean, you weren't lying,
We
man.
saw some of the local wildlife.
This is literally like a vacation to a zoo or something. Or like a safari. A safari vacation.
Yeah, this was a safari vacation.
Yeah.
This was an easy time for the most part.
Such a
We
chill
didn't run
book.
across anything stupid hard or anything like that. I mean, we probably would have had harder times if we didn't have the summer sword though.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we didn't have the summer sword, how would we have fought those Vordaks at the end? Because you need to have some kind of undead weapon to fight a Vordak, if I'm not mistaken. Unless, actually, no, we don't need an undead weapon for a Vordak. Sorry, I'm thinking of a Helghast.
Yeah.
Vordak is... It's a lieutenant, but it's not undead. So I think we could have still fought them, but they still have mind abilities. Yeah. Although,
Psychic evil.
I haven't thought of that. There was a Helghast earlier that was disguised as a monk. How would we have fought that if we didn't have a summer sword?
Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to bring up. Like, we go into this monk temple and they conspire against us. Like, that's that's just a little weird.
The head monk was a Helghast the entire time. So remember, Helghasts, they look human until they turn into another creature. They're able to disguise themselves.
It still just seems like, I don't know. It seems like a strange trap to lay to me.
Yeah. It did appear randomly. Like, I don't know how the Helghast is the head of the monks. Maybe we were just waiting the entire time. But from what I can tell, Helghasts are... They're not zombies, but they're not ghosts either. They're kind of like a cross between the two.
Yeah, that sounds right. That's what I imagine too. Some sort of fleshy yet ethereal being.
But they can disguise themselves as normal looking until they want to switch to their, demonic. Yeah, there's a couple of weird things that happen in the. Can't remember anything else, but I do. Oh, there was one other thing. Yeah, you know those 2 monks that stole our horses?
Yeah.
Why did they steal our horses?
Maybe they were gonna sell them or something. Yeah, that's another thing. That Helghast had like the entire like temple monks like under his control too.
And okay, if he had the entire temple monks under the control, when they gave us the bowls of stew, they actually were proper bowls of stew. They didn't poison it or anything. He probably wanted to feed us. I remember he gave us.
Well, isn't that
two
how he
beef
poisoned us?
No. He brought us to his chamber where we met him, and then he started poisoning us with his mind. But
Oh, I thought he poisoned us through the stew.
no. The stew was perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it.
So he just wanted to feed us.
Yeah.
He even asked if we ate. It's like, did you eat? Okay. Time to die. You got your last meal. It's a nice Helghast.
Yeah. Trying to fatten us up.
Make us slower.
But yeah, I can't think of any other significant things that happened in the book. Well, I mean, one thing
neither can I.
kind of curious about as well, the farmer that we met in the bar, he was talking about his sister that we could have met. We must have ignored that at some point. There might have been an option at one of the branching.
I bet you
forks in the
she
road.
probably just warns us of the monk. I bet you.
Probably,
I bet you
like,
that's
she has
all
some
it
kind.
was.
Yeah, because she has a crystal ball, I think. So, if there is something significant that she does, I'll probably flash it up on screen. But yeah, I think that's it. I don't think of it. Do you have any final thoughts?
We didn't find a dagger.
Mate, we got so many daggers. We're fine. We got a regular dagger, and we got the undead dagger of Vashner as well. Oh, I think we're good.
Yeah, we got Summer Sword, which is
the Summer Sword is just
easy
knocks
mode.
everything out.
Yeah, Summer Sword has made it easy mode. I bet you this game is a lot harder without that Summer Sword.
Yeah.
But we have done work to keep that thing, though.
Yeah, if last book we could have genuinely lost it and everything we owned. Like, another backpack had to go, but we could have lost every special item if we did not randomly find it in that book.
And we actually didn't like lose all our items this book. The past few books, I remember there were times where it was like, oh, your backpack rips open, you lose items. And it's like, no.
Yeah, this book in particular has been very, very forgiving. We haven't got ambushed like by anyone in the bars or anything. Like we haven't been trying to be poisoned or anything aside from that one red orange tried to attack us. The red fruit that we sliced open and they all ran away, which was a bit weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Right then. I think with that we can end the episode. How long has it been? Yeah, it's a short one, half an hour. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And next time, we'll be doing the Cauldron of Fear. Take care.
Dun dun dun. Take care, everybody. Oh, bye bye.